Hi, Mike from Mike's Carburetor Parts. I'm doing another video, or second video I should say, on a Carter BBS carburetor. So far we've put together the throttle body and the float bowl assembly here, got the float level. We're going to put in the idle tube now. It goes right in here. It's got a hole that goes from here up to here. Be sure it's you can blow through it. And when you go to take this out, they're kind of stubborn. You see where this one's kind of been stripped. What you can do is get a good screwdriver that fits it good. Hit it a couple times with a hammer. That'll kind of jar it loose, and then put a lot of pressure on it so you don't strip it out, and it should turn out. Now, I want to point out that I have two different kits for the BBS at this point, and of course one of them is wrong. And this particular carburetor I got without a tag on it, so I didn't know which one it was, so I had to figure it out. And the easiest way to figure out between the two kits is look at the float bowl gasket. This one here is the wrong one. It has this extra hole right here, and you can see the fuel could actually come out of the float bowl and get to the outside. Obviously that's the wrong one, so I disregard that kit, and I put this gasket on, and you see it doesn't have that extra hole. It has a hole here the other one didn't have for this part right here, and none of the other holes are covered except for your main discharge here, which it should be. Now don't forget your check ball. Anyway, that's the difference between the two kits, so if you need to figure it out, check out your float bowl gasket. We're going to put our check ball in here. Fortunately, this one, it comes with two check balls, both the same size, so one goes down, as I point out in the other video, down the bottom of the accelerator pump wheel, and this one goes right down here in the main discharge. Okay, right there. And put our gasket on here. We have our accelerator pump, put a couple of drops of oil on it. It has a leather pump on it, and the oil will help it to expand and fit in the hole a little bit tighter. We got our return spring that goes on top, not underneath it, on top of the accelerator pump, and just set it in there like so. And then we take our top, and I'm looking around to make sure I didn't forget something, which I often do when I'm doing these videos. Trying to keep track of the video and what I'm doing here. Okay, so slide in like so, and there we go. Now we can hold it together here. As I stated before, we could not put our throttle body on yet because the screws go all the way through both the float bowl and the throttle body. And we're using some silicone spray lubricant on the gaskets here so they don't stick in case I need to take it apart at some point. And so I put on like so. Okay. Make sure everything's out of the way. Okay. Now be real careful with these screws. They strip easy. You can't buy the screws. They're really weird. They're, the way they put it together, you probably could have done it a little bit better engineering this carburetor, but that's what it is. I just want to get it started a little bit here. You can see these screws have threads at the top and threads at the bottom, so it's easy to get them messed up. Make sure my gasket's lined up here. Okay. Go around and tighten each one a little bit at a time, do it in sequence. Make sure I don't warp it all out of shape. Okay, the two back here are shorter screws, which I think I'm going to go and see if I have a new one that I can put in there so I don't have to use those old ones. So we got our accelerator pump in there. Make sure it's, yep, it's going to work good. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to go find those screws. I'll stop the video just a minute and then we'll continue on. Okay, to continue on, let's put our little keeper here. That will go right over here. And then we'll put our little linkage on here. Slips in the slot just like so. And then we got this special screw that screws in right here on the side that allows it to pivot. Okay, and make sure we got nothing binding. Okay, accelerator pump pulls right back down. Now this is a type 1. There's also a type 2. It's got a little I believe a fiber washer goes in there, but anyway, that's not our concern on this one. Okay, so we're going to put our linkage in here just like so, and put it in the second hole down here. And let's see, get my clip out here. Hold it in place. Long clip. The carburetor I'm working on right now came from India. I'm surprised where you find these classic cars. Okay, so now let's adjust the accelerator pump. And what you do is unload the idle screw. And what that means is back it out so that your throttle valve will close all the way, just like so. Okay? Hold it closed. And you're going to measure from the top of your accelerator pump down to the bulb, top of the bulb. Okay, and this one is like 27-30 seconds, was just shy short of an inch. And you can see I'm going to have to adjust this one down a little bit. And what you do to adjust it is you bend it right here, bend it out or squeeze it in. And I'm not going to take up the time to do that right now because it may take quite a while while I dink around with it. Anyhow, just so let's see, I need to shorten up, and to do that I will spread this out just a little bit, and that'll make it come down like that. And that's what I need, just a little bit too high. So I'll just squeeze this together a little bit, and that's how you adjust that. So there you go. I'm going to stop the video just for a minute, and while I get ready we'll do the choke system. Okay, I'm ready to put the choke together. I've already put the choke linkage in here, this little flat bar. I'm not sure what it's called at any rate. You can see how it goes in there. And this little piece right here goes right like that. Okay? Alright, make sure your choke flap is nice and free. There's a little linkage that goes from here to here. So get that connected. And let's see, so this has a little metal cover here to keep the heat in. And that goes there, like so. And we got our little gasket that goes on here for the choke. We have our choke assembly or thermostat here. These are replaceable, the springs inside, and I do sell those on the website. It's always good to replace those whenever you got these things apart, so you don't have to mess around with the choke in the cold weather. Anyhow, so that's the direction it goes. Just put it in there. Oops. Okay. So what you want is this part of it right here. It has to go against this lever, so it will close it like that when we tighten it. So let me get it on here. Okay. And you simply turn your choke until it's now these things are for some reason are always tight on these BBS's. At any rate, what I usually do is get them just about right before I actually get it on there. So twist it, and you'll have a mark on here. You get it as close to the index as you can, but the choke obviously has to close, and I usually do it by feel. I have for many years. Right or wrong, there, that feels pretty good to me. Okay, you don't want it too tight, and there you go. So let's see, my mark is right here, just about 1 notch away from the index. Okay, so then we put our little keeper on here, and I got to go find some new screws, but anyway, it just screws on right here like that. So that's it for the BBS. Let's see here, what can I say? I'll probably do a different video for the adjustments, what few there are left. There's adjustment for the choke that you should do. Check your instruction sheet. They're all well illustrated on what you need to adjust. There you go for the BBS, and I hope this helps you when you do your rebuild. I appreciate any feedback. Thank you.